Hello and God bless you. This is Daddy and Rocco's RC channel and motorbikes. So I've just come out with the bike. It's been a while. I'm going to go off into this common land. I'm not going to be riding around in this field anymore. I haven't done for a few months. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you a little update. The bike's running great. I'll just go through some quick upgrades. So I made some new fork guards. I put a new front wheel on and put a decal around it and spoke wraps. I've wrapped the exhaust. What else have I done? I still haven't put the Pro Taper handlebars on yet. Yeah, so a new rear wheel, not the front wheel, I already had that on, but a new rear wheel, no buckles. I've redone the swinging arm, new Kickstarter. Not that I ever used the other Kickstarter, but I actually did try to Kickstart it once and the handle was so short it's just useless. So I've got a KTM style Kickstart on there. New exhaust, quieter, decibel killer, but the decibel killer actually broke, so it's still quieter than the old exhaust, but when I first got it, it was so quiet, it's unbelievable. Yeah, probably restricts the power a little bit. Now that little centerpiece has popped off, the exhaust is a little bit more throaty, sounds a lot nicer, but it's still pretty quiet. Next little upgrade, I've made a little shock guard and I've installed a 335mm DNM fully adjustable 1,000-pound rear shock. I was worried it was going to be a little bit too big, but it fits in there. The back end's a little bit higher up now. The 1,000-pound spring, it seems a little bit stiff. I'm going to try and find an 800-pound spring. I'm not the heaviest person, but the only thing I will say is that chain is very close to the slider now. There's virtually no gap. I know it's up on the stand. When I'm sat on it, there's quite a big gap. That's a new chain slider, so that will wear in a little bit. But I was thinking of putting a different roller on, a slightly smaller roller, one where the chain will actually slot inside it, so a bit less profile. The other thing I've got is a new rear sprocket, a 40-tooth 428 Talon, and it's a 16-tooth front sprocket. Another thing I've done, I put a DID heavy duty chain on. The other chain was a bit worn and a bit rubbish, really, stretched a little bit. What else have I done? Oh, new foot pegs, new gear shifter. I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, I rewrapped the tank, much better now. I've actually super glued the edges. I had to do a little repair there, but I haven't super glued these edges, so I have to take that off and redo it. But the rest of it's good. Yeah, it's not happened on the other side. What else? New grab strap. This was a Fox Racing belt I bought off eBay. Turned out it was too small. It was a 28 inch belt, so it was never going to fit me. I'm like 32, well, I'm actually a 33 waist, so I'm in between 32 and 34, so that was never going to fit me. But this is actually bolted onto the actual the frame now, so it's solid. I can pick the bike up no problem. if I get into any trouble or get stuck or something like that. It's a lot better. I've upgraded to CRF brake levers. I've got a new master cylinder coming because this one is broken underneath, and I don't know if you can see that. See how it's jumpy, so it doesn't work properly. So I'm going to swap that out. Nibby throttle cable. That's split. There's a little split in it there. Oh well. I think that's about it. Yeah, I think that's about it. I'm looking forward to seeing what this spring's like. It's going to be a massive improvement on the last one. The last one was a £1,000 spring, but I think it was like semi-progressive. It was like progressive at the top and sort of softer down the bottom, I think. This one is just, it's a fixed spring all the way up. So I don't know whether that's going to be any better. The good thing is I can adjust it completely. So I've got it on fast at the minute to see what that's like. But I think there's 20 settings I can adjust. But I'll keep it on fast, see what that's like, and then I'll mess around with that. I've also swapped the tyres round. So the front tyre is they're not directional, you can put them on anyway, but the rear tyre is directional. So I've got it on intermediate now, but if I swap it round the other way, if you can see there, intermediate that way, soft ground the other way. So I had it on soft before, and I swapped it around to put it on intermediate because the ground has dried out a lot. It's a lot harder. Ready for the summer, and I think that's it. So I'm going to take it out in the common now and take it for a little blast through the bog. Hopefully I can find some nice flat ground to sort of give it some beans, and yeah, and test that suspension out really. I want to see if I need to get an £800 spring, which I think I probably do. The rider sag, when I sit on it, it's probably about 4 or 5 centimeters. I've been looking into it and it should be around about 7, I think, but I don't know, it still feels pretty stiff to me compared to the old one, but we'll see what it's like. Maybe it's, you know, the dampening's a lot better, maybe the spring's a bit harder, but the quality of the shock is much better, so maybe it'll handle way better than before. I think that might have been part of the reason why I crashed the bike. Who knows? I don't know. I'm still learning all this stuff. But yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna push the bike to where I'm gonna ride it, which is all the way through these trees, and then yeah, give it a good test. I've been itching to get out on it for about 4 or 5 weeks now. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and if I don't conclude this, if I don't add on to this video, God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, just a little update on Rocco's bike. I've now, after going through everything, changing everything, the only thing I hadn't changed was the engine. So I thought, you know, not really much point in buying the same engine again, so I bought a race engine for him, and it's got twice the power, it revs twice as much, twice as high, supposed to have more torque, still only a 50cc motor, but you know, higher top speed, more power. Maybe you'll be able to come into some of the places that I ride then, because his bike would have been no way near powerful enough to go up some of these hills I go up and things like that. But yeah, I'm gonna install that probably tomorrow, and Rocco can test ride it. I think it should be right in here. I've seen loads of bikes in here today. But yeah, give it a good test ride somewhere. I need to find somewhere to ride. I'm not ready for a track yet. I'm still lacking a lot of experience, and I need to sort of figure out what maybe crash. I think it was probably balance on my bike, because I sort of, my feet come off the foot pegs a little bit, and I was almost going over the handlebars, so I wasn't really gripping the bike right. Didn't really have the right boots on to even do that anyway. But yeah, I was way too far forward, all the weight on the front. I probably should have blipped the throttle as I went over the top of that crest, or whatever you want to call it, to sort of try and land flat. But yeah, just you don't know until you experience it for yourself. Like, I've never really been one for motocross or anything. I've had, you know, goes on motocross bikes and went around the track once, but that was a long time ago, and I was young and daring, and do you know what I mean? I'm a bit sketchy these days, having a big bike crash 20 odd years ago. That nearly see me in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. Thank goodness I healed and could walk again. But yeah, that's always in the back of my mind. I've got all the body armor on and stuff. I haven't got my motocross boots on because I just struggle to do the gears and stuff. But yeah, it's always in the back of your mind, getting a back injury. I don't want that, so I'm just going to take it steady. Once I've got some experience, and maybe start looking for a track or just somewhere better to ride, you know, with some jumps and that. But until then, I need to sort of figure out what made me crash, how to avoid it, learn balance on the bike, and also learn how to ride with these stupidly stiff Tech 7 Alpine style boots that are so stiff. I literally can't feel what I'm doing. But yeah, with that being said, God bless you all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.